Ladies and gentlemen, it is getting hard to keep up with Miss Letitia James. You might know her as New York Attorney General who spent the last few years chasing down Trump, suing churches, and going after landlords, and building her entire political career on media-driven resistance. But now, Letitia James is the one under scrutiny, and the accusations are deeply disturbing. According to new reports, Letitia James has just been named in a shocking abduction allegation from her time as New York City's public advocate in 2014. Because this one, let's walk through the details because this one, it deserves your full attention. Welcome to Nelly Miranda. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you like and subscribe as it really helps support the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. The allegations come from Angel DuBose, a former staffer in Letitia James' office who has now gone public with claims of drugging, abduction, sexual assault, and institutional cover-up. According to DuBose, this all happened in December 2014 at a work holiday party held by James' office. She says that she was drugged at the party and woke up drenched in rain, half conscious, without her coat or her bags hours later. But what happened before that is even worse. DuBose claims that she was escorted into Letitia James' official black Lincoln Town car, placed inside next to Letitia James herself, who allegedly asked her driver, "Is she out?" What followed, she says, was some kind of strange ritual involving chanting, physical contact, and a circle of individuals that included James and her chief of staff at the time, Ibrahim Khan. That same Ibrahim Khan who later resigned amid sexual harassment allegations in 2022. She claims that James conveniently ignored, minimized, and apparently even tried to bury this. And if you haven't seen the video that I made on Letitia James and Ibrahim's sex scandal, then you have to go watch it. Anyways, are you seeing a pattern here? Now, most normal people, if they heard a story like this, would say, of course, this should be investigated immediately. But that's not what happened here. Instead, Angel DuBose says that she has faced institutional stonewalling at every turn. So internal reports were altered, eyewitnesses were promoted, and the Department of Investigation, well, they closed the case without even naming her as a victim, because protecting Letitia James meant sacrificing the truth. And get this, all of this happened just 6 days after DuBose had filed an HR complaint for workplace harassment. So now you've got the motive and you got a timeline. But somehow the woman who claims to fight for justice has avoided it herself for over a decade. Now, if these allegations are true, man, put Tish in the trash, because let's be clear, this isn't ancient history, because in New York, first-degree rape and kidnapping has no statute of limitations, meaning that this case can still be prosecuted. So the law says a prosecution for a Class A felony or rape in the first degree, as defined in Section 130.35 of the penal law, or a crime defined or formally defined in Section 130.50 of the penal law, or aggravated sexual abuse in the first degree as defined in Section 130.70 of the penal law, or course of sexual conduct against a child in the first degree as defined in Section 130.75 of the penal law, or incest in the first degree as defined in Section 255.27 of the penal law, may be commenced at any time, which means the case can be brought up and tried at any time. So Angel DuBose says that she has now filed complaints with the NYPD, the district's attorney, the Human Rights Commission, and the Department of Investigation. She's calling on eyewitnesses to come forward, promising that if just one person confirms what she experienced, it could crack this whole thing wide open. Now, DuBose says accomplishments mean nothing if they are built on corruption, and I agree, because being the first Black woman of anything doesn't give you the pass to destroy others in secret. And the left cannot keep using identity politics as a shield to avoid accountability. Now, here's what's really interesting. Where is the media? Where are the feminists? the Me Too movement, the progressive voices who say they believe all women, crickets, and the silence is deafening because when the accused is a Democrat queen pin like Letitia James, the outrage mysteriously disappears. And the corporate media, they're part of the machine. So back in 2017, the New York Post actually published a report about DuBose's claim. But when Letitia James announced her bid for Attorney General, the article mysteriously disappeared. Why? Maybe it was to protect the narrative, per usual. Today, DuBose is not backing down. She's launched a GoFundMe campaign called Letitia James is Not Above the Law, and she's hoping to raise $400,000. The campaign GoFundMe says, let me read it to you one moment. So it says, in 2014, Angel S. DuBose served as an intern in the office of NYC Public Advocate Letitia James with the Constituent Services Department. At the very first annual holiday party that December, Angel DuBose was left abandoned in the rain after being kidnapped and assaulted by James and several members of her staff. You didn't know about this story. That's exactly how Letitia James wanted it to be, hidden, erased, and forgotten. She suppressed DuBose's testimony by calling her a liar, which led to the New York Post publishing libelous content about DuBose for 10 and a half years. Angel DuBose has been fighting for everyone to hear the truth. Now, when I first saw it, I was like, what the heck does she need $400,000 for? But she listed it. So I guess the $400,000 will be for Justice for Angel and a truth-telling documentary. It will also include legal representation, documentary production and launch, PR, media and visibility, operations and safety, living stability during campaign, and witness support. So if you feel inclined to donate, do so. Do your research and follow your heart. So she's also taking her story to the New York Theater Festival, turning her trauma into testimony through performance. And in doing so, she's putting every corrupt official on notice. You do not get to hide behind titles and privilege. You do not get to claim the moral high ground while silencing victims behind closed doors. Now, we're not here to rush judgment. Letitia James, just like everyone else, deserves her day in court. But what we're seeing is a pattern of selective justice. The left weaponizes the legal system against their enemies, but then shields their own when the allegations hit too close to home. You cannot scream about accountability when you won't even open up an investigation into your own past. And to those who say this is just a distraction, no, this is the cost of corruption. Letitia James built her entire career on going after Trump, churches, and conservative values. But now she might have to look in the mirror. And this time, she's the one under investigation. Let me remind you what she's under investigation for. For lying on mortgage documents, claiming a Virginia home would be her primary residence, while serving as New York's Attorney General. She lied about her Brooklyn brownstone being a 4-unit when in fact it is a 5-unit dwelling. She allegedly lied in order to qualify for better mortgage rates, cheaper insurance, and because a 5-unit property is classified as a commercial property, so why not save some money by lying and saying it's residential? The Democratic Party seems to be turning on her as ratings are sinking. She's 40% favorable, and if Andrew Cuomo becomes mayor of New York City, she may be even in hotter water. If she is in fact found guilty and only have to pay a fine, I am going to be so annoyed because this 2-tier justice system is truly disgusting. Being a politician should not award you some special immunity. You are not above the law because of your position. And the fact that she went after Trump so aggressively and to be allegedly engaging in mortgage fraud is sick because she went to bed every night looking forward to getting to her office to sue Trump again.
I look forward to going into the office of Attorney General every day, suing him, defending your rights, and then going home.
Now, why do you think the mainstream media did not or has not covered Angel DuBose's story the way they cover every other Me Too scandal? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if honest commentary brings you value, please make sure you like and subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.